Welcome to Thoughts That Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee. Today, I decided to explore this idea that life is not always what it seems to be. Because why is it that I'm looking at something and I see it a specific way? And my wife, most closest person in the planet to me, looks at the same thing and sees it differently. My sons see it differently. My friends see it differently. Why is that? It's really simple when we understand it, because what we're really saying is there's a filter through which we see life, a perception. And here's the key thing: no two people on the planet have the same filter, because the filter that we have is built by all of our thoughts, all of our experiences, and there are no two people on the planet who have had the same thoughts and the same experiences ever. So to sit back and expect people to see things exactly as you see them, that sounds like a bit of insanity, don't you think? And then, so what do we do? Because we've got these big ass egos, we're going to convince them to see exactly as we do. And it's never going to happen that way. And so we get ourselves all frustrated. We get ourselves all worked up. We think people are dumb. People just don't get it. It's not that they don't get it. It's they don't see it the same way as we do based on their experience. One of the things that happens for me is when I have an aha moment. Oh my God, the light goes on. I see something clearer than I ever have. And I want to share that with someone. Guess what I find out? I can share it, but they're not going to have the same aha moment. Why? They're in a different place in life. They're in a different stage of discovering their own awareness and awareness of all that is. And when you honor the fact that everyone is in a different place, everyone is seeing things differently, it's quite freeing. It absolutely frees you, because you no longer feel the responsibility that you have to convince anyone of anything. I don't try to convince my wife of anything, my sons of anything. I present my views, and then they get to choose. And I'm not attached to their result. That's the ideal. Sometimes I am attached. Not a good thing when I am, because that always leads me down a path that's not going to be good for me, not going to be good for the relationship. Attachment is the source of all suffering. Do you get that? You can have a desire, but don't be attached to how and when it happens, because that attachment is what takes you down that path. I'm just telling you. I look at it and I say, why is it that we have such a need for the approval, the validation of others? I believe that we've been domesticated like a dog, like an animal. We've been domesticated to believe that to have any worth, any self-worth, we must have the approval of mom and dad, of brother and sister, of grandma and grandpa, of our friends, of our work cohorts. It doesn't work. Because if you don't have approval of yourself, it doesn't matter what anyone else does. You're going to feel like what? Not good. Because their approval in the reality of things is a small speck of what you desire. But when you approve of who you are and the decisions you make, you're living from a place of integrity. You're living from a place of knowing. You're living from a place of understanding who you are and making that the predominant reason and decision-making process, point of process. See, when you know who you are, you're making decisions that are aligned with who you are. And you can't make decisions for other people because you don't know who they are. Government wants to make decisions for us. I don't want the government to make my decisions. I'm capable of making my decisions. See, anyone who wants to make decisions for you wants power over you. What is the single one quality that in every person is the most important quality? Yeah, that's right. Freedom. There's nothing more important to you than your personal freedom. When that personal freedom is denied, you'll take it for a while. Then eventually you're going to rebel. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Ever been in a relationship where someone's trying to control you? Not allowing you to be you? You have to walk on eggshells to be around someone? Why would you be around someone that you have to walk on eggshells? First off, it's going to make a mess. You're crushing the eggshells into the ground, into the carpet, into the tile, into the wood. Don't do that. Don't give away your power. If you got to walk on eggshells, you need to have a conversation with that person and find a collaborative way that the two of you can be together. And if you cannot find a collaborative way for the two of you to be together, stop spending time with them. You are always at choice about where you put your focus, where you give your attention, where you use your time. Your time's your most valuable asset, isn't it? Why would you give it to someone who doesn't appreciate it? Why would you give it to someone who you got to walk on eggshells with? I gently move those people out of my focus. I don't have to move them out of my life. I just have to move them out of my focus. Because my focus determines my experience. And if someone's making me walk on eggshells and I'm not focusing on them, I'm not going to be impacted by them. I just move my focus away. People say, Lee, that's cold. No, I think that's self-loving. I think that's understanding who I am. Do you disagree? What do you think about that? There's a lot of beautiful people watching this right now, listening to this, and there'll be a lot more people watching later. Love to hear your comments about this because it's important to know what you're thinking because it helps me be with you. I can't understand everything you're thinking. I'm just offering ideas. I'm offering things for you to question. That's all I'm doing. If you want to have a conversation about anything, you might consider joining one of our Agape gatherings today. They're at 1:30 and 7 p.m. Central Time. Wait a second, 7 p.m.? Yep, 7 p.m. Central Time. In the gatherings, you can find the Zoom link on agapespiritualcenter.com. Everyone's welcome. Normally, it's a pretty small group of people, probably 10 to 12 people at either of the gatherings. And we have a ball. We talk about life. We'll laugh. We'll get serious. We'll explore. No agenda. Safe. No one's going to judge you. Wouldn't that be great if you could be in all the situations you're in, no one judges you? That would mean that you understood that no one sees things the same way. You would understand that your perception is something that only you have and no one else is going to have it. Really think about it. Do you want to be put inside a box? No, you want someone to say, that person's unique. There's no box I can put them in. So stop putting yourself in a box. Stop trying to be and please other people. Be you, please you, and attract the people who are a vibrational match to you. Now you've got a community, a family. Family doesn't have to be blood. Family can be people who think vibrationally the same as you. Very similar vibrations. So with that, no, life is different for every human being on the planet. If you think everyone's experiencing what you're experiencing, give it up. They're not. They may be similar, but they're not exact. With that, my beautiful friends, make this your best day ever. Because it's your perception. And where you put your focus, your energy goes. Where your energy goes, you create your experience. Until tomorrow, much love. Aloha.